Hello. You pause champion that time. Would they start the stream with one of the boys, hey? Give me a second. Not being there? I don't know. Yeah, of course not. Why would I be there, huh? Oh! Jesus. That's fucking bright as well, huh? With the two monitors up. Scary looking, huh? Sort of kills the effect of it with the fucking how bright it is, huh? You know, we fucking trundle on anyway, huh? Where is it, huh? Yes. Where is it? Like there? Fucking start me chat time. Yes! There we go, huh? Not cut my hands, don't worry. Yeah, you can kind of see the end there. Fucking cut myself time. Oh. Fuck. That's me now, huh? See you later, huh? Bye. There you go, huh? Yes. Yeah, there it is. That's us, huh? Fun done for the day. Game time, huh? Right. No play, huh? There it is. Oh shit, it's so dark. There you go. Fucking boxes, huh? What happened? You don't leave shit downstairs, huh? More fun light, hey? Sorry, hey? Oh, yeah. There's Feral, hey? Feral, you fucking missed the crack, hey? Hello? Do we have to go again, hey? Is that what you're telling me? We go again? Did you see the fun at the start of stream, Feral? I don't know if you did, hey? You're fucking deep in Destiny, hey? Do we go again, hey? Did you see the surprise at the start of stream, Feral? Or did you miss it? Thank you very much for the 7 months, by the way. Very appreciated. Oh, you missed it? You missed the surprise? Alright. Alright, give me a second, sure. We go again. It's me. Full screen, hi. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can. Okay. Right, this Feral, this is for you, huh? Tell us a little about that. Yes! It did arrive, huh? Yeah. Got the helmet. We fucking got the whole shebang, huh? We got the fucking... I don't know if you can hear me. Yes! Where we at, huh? There we go. Ugh. Fun over, huh? Yeah. Oh. Yep, that's me, huh? That is me. Oh shit, where did I fucking put my webcam? There it is. Right. Gamers. Hope you enjoy your Destiny, Feral, in all honesty. Memes aside, huh? I always come at you with having a childish joy about things, eh? But don't deny I have them all myself, huh? Right. Back to the courtroom. Let's go. We're gonna get our girl Gina acquitted. Always lurking. I appreciate it, Feral. Let's go. Should probably crack my coke so I can have a drink. Ah, yes, the fucking jurors are about to give their shit time. I don't know. There he is, eh? Alright, the jurors' contentions. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocket hinton. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. I think you'll find that if you look at that photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. Oh, he's got the two photographs. He's doing the fucking cross-eyed thing. If I left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. We need to ask this guy what he's talking about, time. Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop. In motherland we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced the brothers are innocent. Convinced, time? Like Chekhov from Star Trek. The circumstances of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. The storeroom, locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses. Was it Take him a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the bolly trigger. Fucking Gardeb isn't fucking indicting us, Sam. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear. Heard these cameras were supposed to help, not hinder. I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you. That's alright, we'll find some holes. But Gina didn't ship Mr. Winterbank. Which means there's more to this situation that we've yet to see. Agreed. You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Let's go, huh? This is where we fucking reveal the shit, huh? Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. If you get a photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. Hold it! What do you mean look at the wait, is there photographic versions of the security footage too? Oh. What do you mean look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photographic print normally, it looks as though the pickpocket girl is about to shoot the victim, obviously. But there's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun. All I'm saying is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information. But we don't have a by any chance. Are you a fan of stereoscopes? Exactly, there we go. Oh, how did you know? The fact you got fucking both photographs above your eyes, crossing them constant. Let's call it a lucky guess. Never gets old seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary, it's captivating, it's the height of modernity. Of course. Oh yes, I think you'll find the stereoscope is here to stay, giving us new perspectives we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world's ever seen. If only it gave me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you. So if I... I feel like I need a second photograph to look at. Like, how can you look at this one in stereo? There's the capture. Like, if I fucking blur my eyes and it's just like, there's no second photo to fucking cross it with. What's he say? No, okay. So what's this guy talking about? He's left something somewhere. What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere, or something like that.
So sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon.
A surgeon? That totally passed me by.
Of course, people conducting surgery in this country are considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field.
So what is it you think you've left behind?
Oh well, that's a little embarrassing to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went in through the abdomen.
You what?
But when I finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere.
What? Did he? Surely not.
Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't.
I fucking hope not, eh?
So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really.
That's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter.
That's exactly my concern. And seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up, I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. Now, I'm sure I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure.
I'm sure you need to be more sure. This man's a fucking menace.
Hold it!
What does she want? Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Stop. Yes, from the Empire of Japan. All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. Ah, but now we have the electric telegram. We can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean bed, connecting the entire world. Thousands of miles of cable? On the ocean bed? Makes my head hurt just thinking about it. You're well informed, young lady. Hee. But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop. Just when I was starting to catch up. Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airwaves to four corners of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop. Right. Try not to wear out your fingers. Era of wireless technology. Telegraphy. Stop. Driving technology revolution. Stop. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What utter piffle. I can't understand it. I really can't. They're just silly toys. Oh, he's not happy.
Excuse me.
He's not happy. Juror number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What? You perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess. Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on. I dare you. Goodness. Are you talking to me? I think he just might be, yes. You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you? Huh? Absolutely. I mean, really, a machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions. They always have the little bar on the bottom until people get upset. We've had it for a while, yeah. I think since the start of the game. Yeah. Yeah, we've used it a few times. Like that's how we've advanced some of the cases. Why on earth would you just not just use your eyes to look around the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. What a great way to appease the man. No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all. You just don't know. Pardon? I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate what sort of possibilities. Well, take a crime scene for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope, it could reveal hidden clues you never even noticed before. What? Have you got any, Bruno? Any prints we could look at with a stereoscope? Yeah? How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think. This one, right? Wait, a crime scene. This one? I was wrong. No, no, not that one. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Wait. Let me pick one, please. Shit, we did it all over again. Oops. It was the one with the gun. I thought they were talking about crime scene. I fucked it up. At least we didn't take any fucking damage there. We didn't lose anything. Okay, we'll just go until she annoys him again. Right, she's gonna piss him off now. Right, almost. Here it comes. Here we go. There we go.
Excuse me.
There we go. All right. So it's the one with Iris or Gina and the gun, obviously, which does look like a more like potential 3D photograph. Yeah, the one of Windibank Dead is very clearly just a flat fucking JPEG. Alright, come on. Here we go. Right. Any prints we can look at with a stereoscope? Right, yeah we do. I'm gonna just save scum a little bit, just in case we fuck it up. I assume it has to be the one of Gina and the thing, right? Also known as a photograph. I mean, you can clearly tell with this one it's meant to be looked at kind of 3D-ish, whereas the other one is like very clearly just like a fucking something someone drew, and it's not meant to be looked at in this way. All right then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints? Of course I can. Very well then. I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all. Shit. Do we have to give him the 2 cat photographs maybe? We do. Right, we just need to give him the cat. We need to give him the cats, not the fucking not the Gina one. Wait, what do you mean one more print? Oh dear, oh dear. Don't you have these in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works? Bruno? What? I thought they wanted the crime scene photos. Yes, I know. Save scum. Okay, they must want the cat photographs then, okay. So we get this one. No, it was wrong. Oh, fuck's sake. Right. We'll go back along the way we're going then. I thought he wanted the cat photographs. Right. I'll do my original thing then. Right, so we give him this one, but then we don't have a second one. Are we going to get a second one, maybe? Give me one more print and I'll amaze you. Right, we don't have another print. So that's the thing. Oh, we didn't get one. Give him the same one again, hey? Wait, sorry. What do you mean one more print? Right, we'll see what happens. We'll follow this train of thought. Oh dear, don't you have these in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works? Bruno? What? You need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember? Yeah, the cat. You know, one for the left eye and one for the right. Which I tried to give him the cat one so he wouldn't take them. Oh, yes, I remember now. But the print we have from the pawnbrokery is just a normal photograph. No, no, no. I think you'll find that the clue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need 2 prints. Thanks for the friendly explanation. Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, we can always show it to this young man then. Yeah, there we go. I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me. Let's get things back on track, shall we, Counsel? I thought that would be something, but yeah, we don't have a second thing for him. Right, let's push fucking Igor Karkaroff here. Please tell me you're not villain Bolshevik, yeah. Or villain Bolshevik, the Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary? I knew it was him. Da, I believe there is such a rumor. It's just a rumor? As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. It looked like vicious criminal. Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out. People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat. And which glove fits? Good day, I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Right. That doesn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts. To be treated like vicious criminal all the time. It is very painful. People do not realize. So I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look. The Skulgan brothers? Da, maybe they went inside pawnbroker's shop. But they have done nothing wrong. That's all I want to say. The Skulkan brothers did nothing wrong that night? Alright, well, first of all, that's one not so little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris. What is it, Runo? The jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London Town, aren't they? Yes. It's amazing, isn't it? In that case, how is it there's a Russian tourist sitting among them? He looks for all the world like a revolutionary. I wish I knew. Why is he there? If I can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors, the trial will be over. But we know that Ginny would never shoot anyone. Yes, so we need to find contradictions in what these jurors are saying and pit them against each other. Sorry. Oh, God. Must be ready to go to whatever lengths I have to convince them of Gina's innocence. Don't worry, Gina. We'll get you sorted out. I wonder, yeah, like those fucking interviews for like Family Fortunes, whatever. I wonder if we could pit her against the last guy who says like it should be based. We should never judge by clothes. Maybe these two?
Objection.
Bollocks. Nah, nothing. No. Shit. Yeah, that was an L. It wasn't a personal attack. I thought they were going to argue. Okay. Okay. Press on anything that sounds suspicious. That's the way forward here. Okay. No, they're definitely questionable. We can definitely call them questionable.
Hold it.
See what she says about her, like, polishing the bench, I see. Again. A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pick pursers, and crossmen. The scum of the earth. God. A little harsh, perhaps. Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals. You're referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes? That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rance magazine in between my duties. He does wonders, cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr. Sholmes? A maid? It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective. Minor detail. It was the 2 brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant. Minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, this might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway. Yes. Alright. I shall amend my statement. Okay. That's good. We got new information. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt this young pickpocketing, right? We'll get more out of John. You're Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Gardeb, aren't you? We really must stop meeting like this. At least his face isn't slapped. Ah, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. Did she go to, I wonder if she go to prison? I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? Maybe that's why he's not slapped, Tank. She's in jail. I mean, obviously. I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything. Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garrideb house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out, and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenancies. Quite terrible, huh? Oh. Haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet. Bad enough that the old girl's clapped up. Ah, she's in jail. Yes, can't be denied. You did do rather a lot. But not for us, that's for dash certain. I suppose not. Of course. Per landlord, there was no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously. Obviously. But honestly, I really wish he'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. Yeah, he's like fucking eyeing her up, huh? Is he blushing at her? He is, isn't he? Yeah, he's like blushing looking at her, yeah. He is convinced the brothers are... Oh, he's convinced the brothers are innocent. And the brothers are the scum of the earth, right. Okay, now can we put them?
Objection.
There we go. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Good lord. Counsel, explain yourself. Oh my statement? Contradictory? Contradict... on... Juror number 6, you got the wrong end of the stick. I do not have stick. I have mouse. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulk... This is new music? When Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yes, they shot Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear. Abdomen. Sir? Sorry. My English is still learning. You are telling the court you didn't hear? Forgive me. I did not hear. Here is word. Abdomen. Part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English, I am Russian, not native speaker. We thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again. Namaste. So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? The fucking... They said before, we never done nothing. But truth is, they shot detective. This is double negative. Yes, that's exactly right. No! Lying is wrong, especially when lie is said by a person who looks like criminal. Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced. This means, when they said, we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is this true? Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so... Enough! I trust no one now. It's not the mouse's fault though, sir. I must see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself. I'm afraid that won't be possible. Yes, it is, Reno. Easily. Sorry? With the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. Yeah, we only have one though, Iris. We only have one. If you compare the print that pictures Ginny and the next print from half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Oh. Cooey, Mr. Prosecutor. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Yep, we have seen this one. Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight. Alright, there's our second photograph, and now we can do the stereoscopic thing. This was taken after Hurley was shot then. As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. That does seem to be the case. I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. We need to get it in evidence though. Wait until we get it, officially. So the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot men, but they stole nothing. It would seem so, yes. Good. No, not good. You were right. I did not understand situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it's very important to continue with trial. Yes, there we got one. You might get the second girl as well. Yay, well done, Reno. The balance is shifting. Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. And if I can do that, we just might turn the situation to our favor still. Thank you, counsel. Continue with the summation examination. And kindly hand that new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence. There we go. Post-shooting photographs have been entered into the court record. Photograph taken automatically by the red-hand recorder showing the scene after the murder taking place. There we go. We got the second photo. Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that. Yes, of course we can. Right, back to this guy. Press him. Can it really show up new clues though? That mouse, love it. Were you not here when he was choking it out, Emmy? When he's fucking like that, squeezing it. Hello, hello, hello. Don't know unless you try. Right. Give him the first photograph.
Take that!
What? No. Yeah, he starts choking it when he gets angry. Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints? Of course I can. Very well then. How do you demonstrate? I'll be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you. Here we go. Bang. Alright. These 2 prints were both taken with the same camera in Windibanks on the night in question. How are you doing today, Emmy? Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle? It's crossing your eyes. Oh, one sec, actually. No. I need to check something. Never mind, it's all good. You're super tired, but your day was good? That's good. The left and right images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in positions of some objects. Yeah, then you cross your eyes. Then when your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, it notices a shift as if it were depth. You're gonna see me crossing my eyes again, so... You're welcome, huh? Yes, exactly. It's the small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important. So, what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then? No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene 3-dimensionally, anyway. Oh. Oh! Of course, now I see. Ah, I think the young girls discovered the secrets. Their fucking eyes. I have. Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me? Your uni is a bit slow now. I got all homework done basically, so it feels empty. Fucking yes, I did get full green lights now for double bachelors. October 1st I can enroll for it in 2022-2023. Fucking gamer, hey. Well done, Emmy. Very glad to hear it, huh? Glad everything's working out, huh? Having a look at these 2 pictures from Purdy's camera, Reno. Go on. Right. Haha, you had to see me cross my eyes, huh? You see there's a really obvious difference between them? Right. Is this crossing my eyes or is this just like looking at them normally? Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second. Well, yes, you can see that straight away. But now, try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions. Alright, I'll give it a go. So to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap exactly. Don't look at the text, don't look at the text. They're gonna spoil it. Oh, having a hard time with this one. Fuck, I can barely see anything this one, huh? Get going, huh? Oh! Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck? No, never mind. fucking like Windabank was like disappearing. You see it? Don't say anything for a second. I can't even fucking see the image. Whenever I I actually can't see the combined image. Like I'm very like with the cat one I could. Is fucking Windabank gone? Does he disappear? In my combined image, it's just Gina. I can just see Gina. I can't see him at all. I think my eyes are fucking up. I can't see the proper image. I'm trying to like actually like blur them a second. No, I can see both of them now, but I can't see any. Well, in terms of differences anyway, like the lamp on the table is smashed, but I don't know like if I'm meant to be seeing anything in the fucking stereoscopic version. I can't tell what I'm meant to be seeing, huh? I think fucking he's vanishing, but I don't know if that's just my peripheral, like, moving him out or something like that. He's going for me as well. I think I'm just fucking losing that time. Right, I'm very clearly trying to match the book, like make the two books like merge into one. I can't tell if he's he's there in my normal one now, but I can't. Fair fucks to you, Feral Hags. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, Ty. I can't tell if he's there or not. He keeps fucking disappearing in mine. I don't know. But then when I like focus, like he's there, and then I focus on him, and he fucking disappears. I don't know, huh? See if by crossing my eyes, I can make the quill pencil overlap in the middle. Yeah, I mean I can do that. If you adjust my eyes left and right, he's there and he's not there. It's really fucking weird. Right, put this back on so you can fucking laugh at me across my eyes, huh? Wait. Fucking right, Renoski sees something. Right, everyone cross your eyes, huh? Right, make the pills match. Right, the quills have matched. I can sort of see him, but when I focus on him, he fucking goes away. I think he does. Gina's sort of fucking blurry as well, actually. Well, did you manage to see it properly, Runo? Not really. He's not very good at this. That's the trouble. Oh, don't worry. I have just a thing. I happen to bring with me a portable stereoscope. Oh, okay. I know I mentioned this yesterday, but if you've had that contraption with you from the outset, You could have saved me staring at the window bank and Gina like I hate them all that time. And if you remember, I said in reply, it just looks too blurry for me. Like I can't pick out any details. That's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Anyway, why don't we try using this helpful little aid now, right? If fucking window bank disappears, then we all saw it. Huh? Here goes. What? Nope, he was there. And let's see what we've got. Wait, look at that. What am I talking about, Ty? Oh, what's going on with these two pictures? They jump out at you? Huh? I didn't pay attention to that. Oh, I mean, I saw that too, but I didn't know that was, like, the idea. I thought I was looking for something disappearing. Everyone's looking at them. That one's Vanzeeks as well. Yes, that's it you see. That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes. Other amazing power? Is someone going to explain this? Black magic, eh? Why do some of these things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that, I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Basic principles of the stereoscope? As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's a slight shift in the positions of certain objects that lets you see pictures three-dimensionally. In other words. Right, let's do it again, huh? I mean... kind of, I guess. I don't know. No more so than the rest, to me, honestly. Maybe my eyes are just shit. Everything's just blurry, and they're just as blurry as fucking Gina and Winterbank. Like, they definitely pop a bit more. Is that it? Maybe, but... fucking hell, huh? A little bit. You had your face super close to the screen? Right, fuck it, let's go, huh? I mean, kind of, yeah. I would just assume it's just part of the photograph, honestly. There is like a bit of pop to them, but like I wouldn't have thought that's what they were talking about. This shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. Yes, there must have been. I think it's more the fact that they pop at all. Like they shouldn't because of the same photograph as the idea. I will fire this, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. Why the devil does this shift between the two prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master. What? Me? Having the first idea. You know, Runo, it's quite simple. They were budged, I guess? It is? Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 AM. Then, 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly in the interim. So that means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Yeah. Zookers. Someone tampered? New information. Stop. Not mentioned in testimony so far. Stop. Yes. We've had to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved. But by whom? Are you suggesting you might know? Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter. These fucking schmucks, is it?
Take that!
It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers. Wait! This does not agree with what brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy Lockets. My phrase book says dukes is meaning hens, and Lucy Lockets is meaning pockets. But this is another lie. Is this what you are saying? Yes, I'm afraid so.
Hold on there a minute, you can't be sure of that.
I quite agree. The accused is a common pick purse after all. It's perfectly possible she went through all the things on the desk to see what she might steal. I think that's unlikely. And why exactly? As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Windibank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. Fucking dicks, eh? But the accused is a pick purse, common gutter trash. Why look at any further for the wrongdoer here? Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact worse, than a pick purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves?
Well said. I, for one, would like to hear more from that shady pair.
Fucking head slam, huh? Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand. He's on two. I need one more. Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. We'll return home via Regent Street. Stop. Oh, she's on, hey? He's convinced her? Or we've convinced her, I guess. Well, it would seem this trial has yet to run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call the summation examination to conclusion with the balance altered in the defendant's favour. 2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus. And I order this trial to continue. Yay, well done! Oh, by the way. What? You should hold on to this, Reno. You never know when it might come in useful. Twice in one trial will be unusual, surely. But alright. Got the stereoscope. A fold-up device that allows anybody to enjoy seeing things in 3 dimensions simply by looking through the eyepieces. Lord Van Zinks, you will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them. I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord. Good, get them fucking back in here. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night, at least. And I won't stop probing them until I prove that Gina is innocent. Let's go, huh? Get them back in. Make them tell us more stuff, huh? Because they're fucking ball bagging. And we need the information out of them. Save. Boo. Go. Trial part 2. Why are they not in the stand? Reno's case looking very eager. Order, please. Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand. Oh, fucking Waluigi and Wario are back, huh? And Gregson, of course. I presume you heard the defense counsel's summation examination. Oh, yeah, Governor. Hey, I did, Gov. I did. Mr. Skulkin. Go on, blimey. This is going to be a hard work. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks. Well, it was bedlam for now, weren't it? Why, it was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out me Lucy lockets. However, that was a lie. You brothers. Go on. Oh, that's what he said, huh? On the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter. We never done nothing of the sort. How'd you figure that out? Oh. Need to better coordinate yourselves, lads, huh? Their voices are such fun. You now give formal testimony once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question. And this time, you will tell the truth. Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment. Snacks acquired, huh? What do we get, Emmy, huh? And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again. A thought worth pondering, perhaps. Say no more, Gav, we hear ya. We'll bob, we'll squeak, we'll peach. Sounds a bit like Torbjorn at times. Witness testimony. Nacho cheese with cream cheese stuff. Oh, fuck, that sounds good. Illegal entry, the whole truth time. Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. It was when we heard the gunshot, see. Made us both jump all and all that stuff went flying. Mummy, it didn't have to give me a fright. We was thinking the shooter would come out the door and get us next. We took everything back where we found it and peppered straight into him in the back. In the black, sorry. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we?
So you admit to the defense's accusation. You did indeed ransack Mr. Windibank's countertop on the night in question.
Not ransack, Governor, no. That's right, Nash, that's right. It's more like we tidied up, yeah.
Fancy's just like, fucking kill me.
Sorry.
By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbroker under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess.
When you say it, we hardly sound like roughs at all. We don't, Nash, we don't. Can't he make us sound a bit more cutthroat?
Can't just be coincident these men showed up at Windibanks that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye. I'm sure of it. Come on, Gregson. What were they calling Gregson? Sulkin? Or no? They call him something else. Sulkin's their surname. But we weren't rifling for nothing. Why were you fucking there then? If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place?
Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we? We ain't, Nash, we ain't. If we admitted to something like that, people would think we was up to no good. Well said, Ringo, me old China. We'd only land ourselves in even more trouble.
And in fact, now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble.
That's rotten luck,
says the rotten apple eater.
Witnesses, explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter?
Sulky skulking? Aye, that sounds about right there.
We never ransacked nothing. Right, Nash, right. We more like we tidied the place up.
Banzik's his fucking face, son.
Sorry.
We heard the gunshot, Stevens both jumping, all that stuff went flying. So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much, you knocked all those things off the counter?
Well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. His bag of nerves leads to keep his shirt on. Look, it was loud, alright. Blimey, me dead granny would have woken up that bang. Big brother here screamed like a blooming baby and fell over on the counter. He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot. I got tangled in some marionette, what knocked over a picture frame, what knocked them scales on the floor.
You've really mastered working quickly, working quietly then.
What a racket. Me granny would have been scared back into her grave at a clatter like that.
So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise.
And then some. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse, and then all of a sudden, bam.
Oh, Gregson?
Excuse me.
Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add?
I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels.
No. Something to add about their testimony? You seem to react just now to what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something? Come on, Gregson.
It's probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it, only... Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details.
How about you just tell us what's on your mind?
As you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night. And the statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they're saying now. Did it? You claim you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. Might have, Gov, might have. Does ring a bell now you mention it. Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still. I can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a little bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas? If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them. Easy, easy. We'll get it right this time. That's it, yep. It's all coming back to me now. Then speak. Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs. Right you are, Gov.
Shit, no time. Right, the voice yelling out, give me that gun. Right, now who was the voice? Was it male or female?
Hold it!
So in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously?
We did, Gov, we did. Although, I suppose if you're being honest, we had a kind of wavering voice before the yell and all. If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun. Bam. Kind of thing.
A career in acting tragically missed. Where were these voices coming from? Could you tell?
Of course we could. From the other side of that door behind the counter it was.
From the storeroom, where the victim was found dead.
And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Winterbank. Oh, me granny's life, of course it was. On his granny's life, of course it was.
So that would mean that you both knew Mr. Winterbank and the sound of his voice?
Hey, so that would mean what? What, Nash? What? Any ideas? Yes, counsel. Indeed it would. Nah. We didn't know the geezer. How am I supposed to deny it when that bloke in the fancy clubber's giving us the evil eye? If you value your lives, you would ensure your testimony is accurate and true. Oh, on my granny's life, it is. On his granny's life, it must be.
It's a good job his granny's dead.
Summarize then. Immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then heard the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor. You make it sound like we're clumsy. Don't forget we tied up after like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it.
And then they continue talking.
The bloke who owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of you.
Winterbank had a gun?
Hold it!
You're saying that Mr. Winterbank had a gun in his hands?
Oh yeah, but that was a sight, eh? Them two waving them guns at each other. Must have got pretty heated. I mean, just before he shouted out, we heard the geezer say, if you don't want to get shot. Didn't really sound like he meant it, Mind, more of an empty threat, you could say. Mr. Winterbank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. That someone being himself, of course. Good grief, extraordinary devotion indeed, if alarmingly misguided. Well, he certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person he was gonna shoot beat him to it. Cooked his goose proper. Bet you wish he squeezed the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, "Give me that gun!"
That was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot?
It was more or less at the same time, Gov. Give me that gun! Yeah. Kind of thing.
Yes. A career in acting, very tragically missed.
Now we heard the sound of someone hitting the neck. Before everything went dead quiet. Oh, after that, we done a slapdash job tidying the place up.
I like the little smiles, though. We was thinking the shooter come out of the door and get us next. We stuck everything back where we found it and scarpered straight into him in the black. So that's Sholmes, obviously. Yes, whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, yeah, he was a bit hasty there. He was, Nash, he was. Truth be told, I was already shaking like a leaf when you lot turned up. You're shaking like a leaf, don't pull a loaded gun in your hand. Good advice, miss, good advice. Truth be told, my mind went totally blank. Before your mind goes totally blank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hand. Mountain out, maid, miss. After that, we legged it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers or something, so they clapped the derbies on us like winking. And after you've been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct? Well, yeah. Well, listen, that proves it, done it, eh? Does that so? We never even had a chance to be.
Hold it.
We'll push this one until you just get more information out of them. Why should we believe that? Hey, what? Well, cause it's true, innit? That place was totally empty when we went in. At that time, the victim was already in the storeroom, having been forced to open the door by the accused who had a gun to his head. In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbrokery, Mr. Windibank. Correct. You've got it, mister? Oh, I said him. You've got it, mister. Down with tea. Well time. Ugh. So the Skulkin brothers never actually encountered Mr. Windibank. Is that really true, I wonder? Mobile Twitch. Yeah. That's it? That's the full extent of their testimony? What is it, Runo? You look very fierce. I can pour you some herbal tea if you're tired. Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. Being such a logical thinker, you'll probably laugh. But I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something. Something important. It is nothing more than a feeling, though. I have no proof to support it. Well, feelings can be very logical at times. Sorry? People's expressions, the movement of their eyes, the words they choose. You can take all that and then your brain will quietly analyze it and come up with a feeling like you describe. You've concluded that there's something suspicious about this testimony without knowing why. That's all. I think you should trust your instincts. Iris, thank you. Sometimes, I think if she's 10 years old, I must be 5. Yeah, she's a very smart cookie, huh? Can we present this?
Objection.
Yeah. He's not holding a gun in this picture. You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct? That's it, Gov. You've got a picture. He has, Nash. He has. No question. And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not in possession of a firearm of any description.
Objection.
Yes, Fanzix? You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more? Ah. Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Your chronology is severely lacking, counsel. Yeah, that's right. Too right, Nash, too right. The old geezer could have been able to turn the tables on the girl, eh? Hardly likely. Though I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence. What? Ah. Continue with the cross-examination, counsel. Oh, you fucker, huh? Heed my earlier warning, witnesses. Bastard time. A Skulkin, never Skulkin.
Hold it.
We just need to press him for everything. So you didn't try to open the storeroom door then? Not on your life. So someone might react or something like that, you know? It went deathly quiet after that, it did. Put the wind up right up me. But anyway, the door was locked, weren't it? No way that was opening. Yes, of course. It was locked from the inside. Or so we've been led to believe. It was, Gov, it was. From the inside. Right, so we had no way of knowing what was going on in there, did we? Unless there was some other way to get a view of the inside of the storeroom. The little window thing, right? Like through the keyhole or a spy hole, perhaps. Don't ring no bells, don't light no lights. We've had to cut and run before we noticed anything like that. We're still cutting our teeth in this game, but one day we really cut the mustard. Please, cut it out. As we know, behind that door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away. Yes, unfortunately. Okay. Gina was in there, unconscious, with a gun in her hand. To confirm, would it be correct to say that neither of you set foot inside the storeroom? That's right, Grov, that's right. Couldn't have if we wanted to. Hello, Lemon. How's it going? How is she knocked out? Yeah, that's also a good question. Yeah, we don't know. We've pressed a lot of things. Never even had a chance to weigh. I think we've pressed everything. Did we press the last point? I feel like we did, right? This one. Shit. Fuck. I mean to end the testimony. To go through the loop to get back into it. Yes, Iris. I'm sorry, huh? So if our photograph doesn't work as evidence, Bum 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 bum. How can we use this, I wonder? Is there anything to see on it? This just pops it out, right? You have to pop your 2 prints in here to start with, you see? And then when you look through the eyepieces, you can see the image in 3 dimensions. The important thing to get right is the position of the 2 prints. I don't know who came up with the idea of a stereoscope, but it's really quite fascinating. So we can't actually use it, I don't think. It's just kind of there. Right? There we go. Oh, look at that. It's totally changed shape just from one little button press. Well, that is what the button's for, Runo. You're just like Hurley. You boys love pressing buttons, don't you? Especially if you don't know what they do. Us boys? That's a 10-year-old girl. Anyway, now you can see that it really is a stereoscope, can't you? It's really cool. I bought a new laptop so I can actually do some coding. You hardly missed my money. Oh, that part. That's quite sad. Is there nothing else to see about this? It's cool that it changed form and everything. You're doing great. That's good to hear. Gotta learn Python so I can learn text mining so I can use Twitter as my text source. I'm doing well, Lemon, yeah. Work was a bit rough today, but it's gonna be rough tomorrow, but streams are always good. Got my lightsaber today, which we showed off at the start of stream, which half the people in here probably haven't seen now. So that was really good. So, yeah. So yeah, good day in that department. And I had a lovely other parcel arrived today. So post work have been very good. Work, shit. You're looking for reading the show it again, huh? Do we go again, huh? I mean, the people demand it, huh? Let's go, huh? Third time, huh? Whoa! Look at this thing. Can you see me, chat? Can you see me? Hey? This bottle will be like 20% lightsaber. I mean, you're not wrong, to be honest. Hey? Got you, son. There you go, huh? The lightsaber? Yeah. There you go, huh? That's good there. So if you don't know Star Wars, this is the dark saber. If you do know Star Wars, you know what this is, obviously. There you go, huh? Fun, huh? Sheesh. Right, back to investigating, huh? I can already feel the Pepe mods coming. Oh! I commissioned 3 new emotes for Better TTV. I got the sketches the other day. So hopefully we'll get them next week from Candy. There'll be channel exclusive stuff, but if you're in Discord and you have the... I don't know if you're a sub in Discord or if you have Discord Nitro, I don't know which it does, but you'll have access to them throughout Discord as well. So 3 new emotes coming for the stream and for Discord. So I will give you all the hint now. So we have a hype emote coming, which will be Saitama from One Punch Man. We have a Pepe Mod style unimpressed emote, which will be Zoro from One Piece. And we have a sleeping cozy emote, which is Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, a Saitama hype, Gojo sleeping, and a Zoro like Pepe Mod. So I'll show you the sketches. Let's see if I can remember the name of them. I think not those ones. Sorry, those are the old ones. Here we go. These ones. So the Saitama one will not say. It'll not say hype on the side. I've asked Candy to remove that. So we're gonna get like sparkles or whatever on the side, or like a flash. But that's the sketches of the new emotes. So they will be don't know, whenever Candy's done with them. Next week, week after, maybe. So yeah, I'm very happy with them. So three more series to add to our emote repertoire. There you go. Love them all. Yeah, I love her style, like, and nice consistent theme across the emotes, like. So our sub emotes stay the same, but you know, I'm buying these all with my own money, of course, like, so they're just going for Better TTV so everyone can fucking use them, because why not? On the channel, I mean, you know, you don't have to be a sub to use them. Right. Now we need to find something to grill these boys over. Okay. We stuck everything back where we found it in Scarpered. I mean, there's no point in showing them presenting the photos here, because we know they put up, like, we know things were moved slightly, but we know it's because they moved them. So there's no point in showing them the photo and be like, aha, bastards, hey, because they admitted to it. So yeah. So I have a few more emotes planned as well, a few more series that I want to feature in the emotes. So we need I'm gonna get a Gurren Lagann emote, something from Beastars, something from Hunter x Hunter. So we got quite a few still to go. Demon Slayer at some stage as well. So Do we press this part about giving them a fright? Yeah, we did. About the door being locked and that they couldn't see in. Yeah, we've asked them about this one. Is there a way we can show that there's a gap in the door? I don't think so. Please cut it out. Or they know it was locked from the inside. Fucking hell. Chair just like dropped. Did they specifically say it was locked from the inside? See, they don't. I don't think they specifically say that it was locked on the inside. So we can't like press them on it. But they never say it in the their testimony. Yeah, we don't know about Gina yet. But when pressed, they talk about it, but they don't rescind their testimony about it. So it's meaningless information basically. Yeah, Gina is down somehow. Maybe it's like knocked out or something. Maybe she's fainted or something. Also, on Tuesday next week is when Kena Bridge of Spirits comes out. Actually, much sooner than I thought. So, if we're playing it, we'll play it as soon as we finish Ace Attorney. So, if that's a game that interests you, feel free to check out the streams and you'll see what it's like. We have to have some evidence. Tuesday. He was shot from behind, yeah. Oh, we know that, obviously, we've seen it, but... we can't see the wee thing in the door in either of these photos, like the... I mean, you can kind of see it there, the little window in the door, but... it's really nothing. Tuesday. Fucking hell, mate. That's when they talk about shooting Sholmes. Oh. Shit, I fucking did it again. I'm trying to like tab through their dialogue, but I tab too far and it fucking ends. I don't know. I'm not really... Our man is also just Dutch for your bracelets and it crashes your brain. Language? Hi, am I right, Tim? Here, Emma, you might... I think you were here the other day when I set up, but I'm like... I finished my... the grammar course of my English language thing. You were definitely here when I said that. Or you were, at least when I was talking about it. So I can understand your fascination with language because fuck, it's interesting, huh? No. I just finished the grammar one last night, so you wouldn't have been here actually. Oop. Yeah, I finished the grammar course of my English thing. So, I'm now on the teaching methodology course, which is long as fuck. But, yeah. Even learning about your native language is very interesting. I can imagine what you do where you learn about other languages is just as much, if not more so.
Hold it!
What did they say about this one? Okay, this is where we talk about like, yeah, second language. Don't know what age group yet or anything, but yeah, it's people who are learning English as a second, third language, like some. The fact that they're not taking our...
Hold it!
Shit. Press the wrong button. They're not taking our photo as correct evidence. Means me... we're missing something. I wonder how Gina got knocked out. Well, that's wrong because she got shot. He got shot from behind. Sign of a single discharge. Single round fired from their gun. Oh, it's funny if you look at the two photographs in their little thumbnail form, you can actually see the stuff on the table shifting a little bit, like the stuff at the back that was supposedly like 3D. Interesting. He was shot from behind, so if he was reaching at Gina, she wouldn't have just fucking like reached around his back and shot him. Where's his gun?
Hold it!
Seeing this would have been had a gun in his hands. Oh yeah, I bet that was a sign, eh? M2 waving them guns at each other. Yeah, we definitely heard this part. Do you not even reach that far? Oh, but it was shot like upward trajectory, so they were shorter than her. Whoever shot him was shorter than him. That's why Gina has been indicted. Got an applied linguistics course with a block on child language acquisition, which is not my cup of tea, but specifically on first language acquisition. Like when a child's first developing their main language, that shit's so fascinating to me. Like how they make associations and stuff with the sounds and the fucking sounds and objects, and then just how do you talk. It's so metal to me. Bang. Kind of thing. A fetus will recognize their mother's native language while still in the womb. Jesus. That's mental, huh? What about the whole shit where the people like play music to like the mother's stomach? Is there any like validity to that? We was thinking the shooter would come out the door and get us next.
Hold it!
Why should we believe that? Hey, what? Well, because it's true, innit? The place I totally am doing we went in. 10 victims already in the store. Yeah, we've already seen this. Never really dies in the provider, yeah. Who related to the vibration that caused in the woman that would have effect? Nah. Dunno. Renosuke is hung up on the fact that they claim they never encountered him that night, but he thinks they're lying. So we need to somehow prove that they encountered Mr. Windibank. Slide to the left, and then maybe the right, maybe then crisscross. Good old cha-cha slide, huh? I do not know him. They saw him. The bloke that owned the place was holding a gun. They fucking saw him. But yet they never fucking saw him then later. They can't have seen him, but they could though. They could have seen him. Either they saw him in the shop, or they opened the little slat in the door of the storeroom and saw him with Gina. So they can have seen him. Renosuke thinks they're lying about having not seen him. Like they say here they did see him, and then they say at the end they didn't see him. They said they didn't have a chance to shoot him. Renosuke is like, right, they're obviously bullshitting about not having seen him, and they're saying here they did see him, or at least fucking Nash at the time. With his fucking big crimson chin time. I pressed them on everything.
Hold it!
This one they just talk about them arguing. Yeah, nothing new from this. There's a third gun here that we don't know. Like, it's gone missing. There was the gun that Gina had, supposedly. The gun that Windibank had, supposedly. And the gun that they had, they did. So there's their story, there's 3 guns. But we only have 2 guns.
Hold it!
Fuck, I pressed fucking Q. My fucking finger keeps twitching on Q. I think they looked in, huh? Yeah, I think they looked in the storeroom, but it's how do you get them on in time? Would they nail them somehow? Where's his gun though? Now that you set foot inside the storeroom, huh? Yes. We Weasley buggers, huh? There's something about... Can we present this and say there was no gun on the body?
Objection!
So you're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct? That's it, Gov. You got the picture? He has, Nash. He has. No question. And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not holding a firearm of any description. Hey, you what? Gordon Bennett, that ain't right.
Objection!
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Windibank's gun was found at the scene. Now, the only reason I was going to save Scum was in case we had to do the whole repeated thing over and over again. Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hand. Yeah, but he also had a gun apparently, so where's that? Yeah, that Multola used the victim's own gun to finish him off. Give me that gun. Ah. Kind of thing.
Hold it!
Yes, Renosuke, let's go, huh? Stay exactly where you are, right there. Hey. If the crime had taken place as you so colorfully described in your testimony, then he would have been shot in the stomach, not in the back. It would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out. Goodness, are you sure, counsel? You intrigue me, my learned friend, but let's see some evidence to support your claim. Where is the proof that demonstrates this inconsistency in the witness's portrayal of the victim's final moments? The autopsy report, right? From the back.
Take that!
According to their testimony, the witness claimed to have heard a shout of "Give me the gun," followed by the gunshot. Indeed, with the two events happening almost simultaneously, or so we've been led to believe. Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that at that moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, in the autopsy report, it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. Ah. So, as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Yeah, girl. but it's the God's honest truth. It is, Nash, it is. When he was shot that night, a shopkeeper had a gun in his hand. We saw it with our own bleeding eyes. Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Windibank holding a gun? Something like that might have slipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question, they actually saw with their own eyes the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person. Nash, no, God. Gotchi's boys, huh? They do look like a Pokemon, like, enemy team. Order, order, order. Witnesses, explain yourselves at once. Well, the thing is, it was supposed to, Uh-oh. It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you. am I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies? Ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, see, we, Cut it out, Nash, cut it out. If we blab now, you know what he'll do to us. Oh. He? Who are they talking about? Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you. Bruv, come on, the game's up. But he'll have us for guts for ganders. Is it Magnus McGilded? In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out. On the urgent question, it is now apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim. I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place. Well... Do we have to? On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware this is your very last chance to tell the truth. Fucking boys caught out, hey? Do they give a full new testimony? Yeah, they do. Encounter with the victim. Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and heaved a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug. Give me that gun, he bellowed. And then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we'd had it. For no geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter. I pulled my gun on him, and then he legged it through that door in the back room. We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear. Eh, where's Gina then? So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop. Well, yeah. Sorry. Whoa. We find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably. But honest, Governor, this time, Nash, this time, we ain't got nothing more to hide. If you're half asleep now. Terrible, huh? You can watch the VOD in the morning, Noodle. No more staying up late on Sundays, huh? Wrecking your sleep. Very well. Counsel for the defense. You may proceed with your cross-examination. You're coming to say goodnight? Everyone's leaving me. Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. Terrible times, huh? Well, guess I'll just talk to the void for an hour. Alright. He chucked me over the counter, hey? Fired, hey? So he just showed up then. That means they would be on maybe on one of the other security things. When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Windibank. Well, sorry, I mean, that's right. Have a good night, Farrell, if you're heading. See you later, Noodle. Hope you both have a good sleep. He was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gap, obviously. We never thought no one was going to come out of the back room like that. The back room being the pawnbroker's storeroom. Yeah, that must be where he popped up from. Only place he could have been. So it would seem the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises. Which means Ginny must have been in there at that point as well. Okay, so they're saying Ginny went in, he came out, and then the shit went down. That doesn't make sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Windibank into the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived? Oh, I don't know. Did you see the accused that time? What? That mole tooler? Couldn't tell ya. No way, copper. We've a bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it. Go, Noodle. Go to bed.
Hold it!
You mentioned that Mr. Windibank shouted those words in your previous testimony too. However, you claim that you heard him yelling them at the other side, on the other side of the storeroom door. Oh, did we? But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he? Well, yeah. Was the victim Mr. Windibank, wielding a gun at the time? Was he ever? Blimey lummy. A great ugly barrel he had, pointing straight at me frontispiece. What you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Windibank with the gun at that time. Is that right? It is, Gov, it is. Spot on. All of a sudden he came at us, he did. It was bedlam. I didn't know what was going for who.
You were clearly all going for each other.
Like Nash said, we thought we'd had it. I mean... he was strong as an ox, struck me with a counter. This one's just funny.
Hold it.
Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony too. Well, yeah, of course we did. Yeah, but they said the gunshot surprised them and they knocked it over. So they got knocked, they got fucking fired over it. He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot. I got tangled in some marionette, whatnot grew a picture frame, what knocked them scales on the floor. So in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter. Well, Big Bravia went flying over that counter like a gunshot, I can tell you. Then the old geezer pinned him. He did, Nash, he did. If you hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a bloomin' pancake in seconds. At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There was a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim. That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the streets, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they? Poor Mr. Windibank. He did everything he could to protect his shop. He tried him. I put my gun on him and then he legged it through that front door in the through that door into the back room.
Hold it.
Right, okay. Getting every bit of information out, squeezing them. Were you intending to shoot Mr. Windibank? No, never. I was just, you know, looking out for me bruv, weren't I? He was being flattened, don't forget. By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes. And then, the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him, is that it? Oh, no, it happened. You can find out in the VOD tomorrow, little. Go to bed, you'll regret it. You will. Yeah, that's it. He shot me away, then ran after that door and shot himself in. Something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true. I wonder why Mr. Windibank ran away into the storeroom. What? Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him. With a gun. Ah, yes, that's right. Gino allegedly used Mr. Windibank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Windibank's hands again? It was never in Gina's hands. I have no idea. That is strange, isn't it? This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it. Look, the point is, me and my brother here. That's right, Nash, that's right. Me and my brother here. Never had nothing to do with killing him, that's all. Right, last thing. You say you had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Nothing, Gov, nothing. The old geezer went and shot himself in the back room, didn't he? Look, it was, from the inside. We know it was, we tried to open it. Ah, see, they tried to open the door. Right, a decent door, that one. Good and strong, wouldn't budge an inch. So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade. Ah! It would indeed appear so. What say you to that, counsel? I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could possibly have shot Mr. Windibank? It could have been. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. What? What's that look for? From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely. Ain't it? What is your point, my learned friend? The question we must answer is, who could have shot Mr. Windibank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all. Yeah, it's a little shorted, yeah. Ringo. You have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. Bum bum. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So pray, what are the possible answers to the question of who shot the man could there be? Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court in respect of two conundrums. Two, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe? Indeed, namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time? Understood, my lord. Are you alright, Reno? What if the big brother shot the pawnbroker in the back when he slammed your guy into the table? He was trying to smush him. He was trying to smush the wee brother. So the big one shot him in the back. I'm not entirely sure, but there's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely. So now, time for some clarity. Show the court in this plan the answer to the questions posed by his lordship. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. Could they have fired it through the gap in the door? You haven't seen. No one sees any of this, huh? I know you're watching the VOD side judging me here. Fucking don't hear any of it, huh? I think they could shoot from here. Through the door, maybe?
Take that!
The defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here. And in answer to the second question, assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time? Here, probably.
Take that!
Like through the door hole, right? The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. Continue. Mr. Windelbach died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired? So you're adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony, I pulled me gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room. Obviously, he might have just died. Yeah, Mr. Windelbach ran away through the door. We have to assume that the door was open at the time. Yeah, he could have just shot through the door. Yeah, didn't have to be closed at that time. Ah! It was at precisely that moment, when the victim was fleeing for his life, that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Nah, gah! Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial? Moving on the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. Yep. Upwards. Means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Which we do have. Unless it was Iris. Poor man. Shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety. Ah, of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body on an upward trajectory. So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Windelbach. I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock? But what if someone else locked the door? Yeah, Gina. Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door. Is that so? Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shot and locked the storeroom door from the inside? It was Gina.
Take that!
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused had deliberately engineered the sealed room? For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel? Yes. That's a tricky one, that, isn't it? Half-baked notions have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please. But of course Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it? Was she trying to keep them safe, maybe? It does? Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. Yeah, because the fucking boys with guns. I mean, Those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they? Oh yes, obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Mr. Lestrade and Mr. Windibank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at that time, but at some point, Mr. Windibank must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? That's us, bruv. If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom. Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Oof. That's just sad. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windibank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? Now, I see where you're going with this. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who just murdered Mr. Windibank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life. Completely understandable. But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it. We ain't, Gov, we ain't. You gotta believe us. I mean, come on. We never shoot no one. That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. There's only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers have every opportunity. You have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder. But, that's the thing. Their gun only shot one bullet and it went through Sholmes, so they couldn't have also shot Windibank. It wouldn't make sense. Unless they got his gun somehow, which they could have gotten in the scuffle, they could have fought and they got his gun. But then how did Gina get it? Nah. Well, suspicion has been cast on them now at least. That's the main thing. Well, where does this leave us? You mean to say it wasn't the pickpocket who shot the pawnbroker after all? I should have known it was those three brothers. They look just shady as a dense forest. That guy's like looking at his book again. That was amazing, Reno. All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now. I know. First time ever. And probably the last. Well, I think you've done it. Surely they'll have to give a verdict of not. An admirable effort, my learned friend. What's this now? He's laughing. I find the situation amusing, Lord Van Zix. I myself find the defense's argument most persuasive. Have we drank high soul light? I dare say. Such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial eastern nation. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than the inexcusable pettifoggery here. What? The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly credibly cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw. It does, the guns, yeah. A fatal flaw? Yeah, I noticed it too. Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing? I say, Lord Van Zix. Might be an idea to explain this body conjuring trick or whatever it is to the troops on the ground, The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Oh. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. Yeah, there we go. By George, count bullets. Oh dear. He noticed then. Huh? What's everyone talking about? Counsel. Yes, sir. Tell the court, how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime? Two. 2 bullets. Correct. The first, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene. Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. Yeah, the thing. Calendar. The bullet which injured Mr. Sholmes appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar. Your lordship's understanding is correct. So where is the bullet from Windibank's gun then? The one that Ginny had. Furthermore, we know there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windibank, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun. Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each. Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these 2 brothers shot Mr. Sherlock Sholmes right before your eyes. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness, I think you'll find.
But if the single bullet that was fired from the brother's gun hit Mr. Sholmes, it means...
Winterbank not shot by same gun. Stop. Only one bullet. Stop. Exactly. Yes, this Nipponese street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick, with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. Ugh. Ah. Damn. It's all falling apart. Order, order, order! Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery. Lord Van Zieks. But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can... The way he flipped the champagne. Oh, Van Zieks is great. Yeah, he's really good. She can regrettably no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. She might have also been looking to buy the weapon. She might have been looking to buy the gun. That's why she's like inspecting it. I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present. A disc. Ah. I'll be taking that, whatever it is, on McGilda's down to the yard. Thank you very much. No, don't. Don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine. Can we actually test the blood on it now? I'm sorry, miss. And belonging to McGilda has to be taken in as evidence now. Yes, that music box disc. McGilda's music box disc. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Winterbank, the accused would attempt to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence. Good gracious. Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact as its peril. Alright, Van Zieks, I'm going hard, huh? I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel, as a grim testament to the defendant's character. Fucking hell, huh? Lord Van Zieks, Inspector Gregson? What? Fuck, he shouted that? Yes, Inspector. We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and, I think it was agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence. Why is that, I wonder? Yeah, they look really good. It goes 3D in, like, the later main series games as well. But obviously we don't have a HD remakes of those yet, so... What I'm hoping will happen is that... So we've got the HD remaster of the original trilogy, but there's the 4th, 5th, and 6th games in the main series to do as well, so I hope the sales of this will prompt them to do a HD remaster of the 4, 5, and 6 in the main series. I really hope that as well. What's this all about? Why is the Inspector acting strangely? It's the first time he said anything to Van Zieks at all. I am unaware of any such meeting. But those were the instructions, right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. The government was involved? Huh? Inspector, I am the prosecutor, and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. So we're actually getting something from Van Zieks that the government didn't want us to have? That's pretty good. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this as evidence, my lord. Van Zieks is a dick, but he's a, he wants the truth. Obviously, I never played them, only watched playthroughs, but now that I'm watching you, I really want to get the game. So, you can get this one, Lemon. So this is called the Ace Attorney Chronicle, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So this has the 2 Great Ace Attorney games, and this is the first time they've ever been released outside of Japan. So they were on 3DS originally, and now they've got remastered and everything for PC and consoles and stuff. And then also on like every console, PC as well, you can get I think it's just called the Ace Attorney Trilogy, which is the first 3 games in the main series. Still 2D sprites and everything, but updated for HD. And then the 4th, 5th, and 6th games are still sitting on the 3DS and DS in like limbo. So unless you have that platform, you can't play them. So I hope they do updated versions of them as well. I really hope they do. The music box disc has been entered into the court record. The prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. Right, what we can do is we can look at this. We can look at this disc. If we examine the blood, we can maybe get Iris to tell whose blood it is. With her little gun. Oh, Runo, look! This is blood! Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before. Haha, then it's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that disc, Runo. Can we get this done quickly, Iris? In a flash! Boom! I have the 2DS, but until then, I'll have to watch you. I mean, you can apart from these two, Lemon, you can play the other ones on 2DS if you want. You'll be able to play all 6 games in the main series on your 2DS if you so wish. They're all available to you if you want. I have them all on my 3DS, but I don't play my 3DS anymore. And I can't stream it, so that's the main thing. But you can absolutely play all 6 main games on your 2DS. You just have to download them from the eShop if it's still available. Oh, a lovely bright shade again. Wait, that color. What is it? It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? This is Herlock's blood, I think, or Sholmes' blood. One problem, money. I completely get that. And you can continue watching them here. I will be playing. So this is the first game in this collection. I'll be playing the second one at some stage as well. And then I'll also play the trilogy of the first 3 games on PC as well at some stage. So here, if you look down below the stream, you can see what games are coming into every slot. So if you see one of them approaching, feel free to stop by. Obviously, I would love you to stop by anytime. But if you're after a specific game, you'll know when it's coming. And there's the former Gilded sign as well. Former Gilded. That's the man you defended in court a couple of months ago, isn't it, Runo? Yes, or rather mistakenly defended. Wonder what his name is doing on the back of this disc. That's a question I'd love to know the answer to myself. So, if we look now at our blood samples. Music box disc, green, and the Wintermount main shop, green. So yes, this is Herlock's blood. The green is Sholmes. Always love to stop by. It's always lovely seeing you stop by, so I appreciate it. There is nothing more to add. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case. My brother was actually in Paris recently, Lemon. I was considering messaging you to ask if there was anything he should do, but he wasn't there for long enough. And his days were pretty packed anyway, so I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once, for all 5 minutes. Oh dear, it wasn't even for 5 minutes, Runo. My lord! Wonder if I might say something at this point. Proceed, Mr. Foreman. Been stumbling about in a bit of a fog up until now, if truth be told. But all of a sudden... The answer's probably obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no. Oh, we're gonna have to fucking turn the jury against each other again. Very well, the court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your learnings as to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Oh, Christ. Time.
Guilty.
Oh, shit, there you go.
Guilty.
Uh-oh.
Guilty.
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 Shit. No! The fucking surgeon's mashing his head. You've only visited once or twice? Ah, that's fair. We have a consensus among the jury, it seems. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. However improbable must be the truth. That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley. Yeah, it's from Sherlock Holmes, yeah. I thought that quote was familiar. Oh, how dare you use it against us? Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. Time for a summation examination. It must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank. That's beyond any doubt. Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Mr. Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready? Guard-up squadron is primed and ready for action, sir. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty. He had a good time, though. He really liked Paris. First time he's ever been. I've never been myself. Jurors' contentions. Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. The maid just randomly cleaned next to him. Yeah, she's just like... She likes cleaning, huh? It's her thing. Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens. As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket.
I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief.
This man's still thinking about that fucking scalpel he lost time. The accused attempted theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
I am ballistic expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns.
Rasputin. He's like a revolutionary from Russia who's escaped. Huh? Ratsputin. Huh? That's pretty good. I like that. I'll give you that one, Lemon. Huh? You get that point today.
You seem there's little remaining room for doubt.
I have to admit, it was rather bowled over by the argument put forward by the chap in black. When they fell apart like a house of cards, I thought I'd jolly well been hoodwinked.
Well, no more.
The whole courtroom is turning against me. It's not fair, Harris. A prosecutor being mean. Just because Jenny's done something she shouldn't have done in the past. That doesn't make her a murderer. It's true. Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Alright, Banziks, fuck off. Here's to the truth coming out, eventually.
That's enough preamble. Counsel, proceed with the summation and examination.
Let's go, Renosuke. Yes, my lord. Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. This guy's still talking about the fucking operation. Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir? The defendant's life is on the line here.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't really say that it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
Huh?
I mean, there's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think?
I almost don't want to ask, but the surgery you've been muttering about this time, you were operating on...
What was the fellow's name now? Herlick? No. Herlock? No.
He's fucking Herlock's... Fuck, Sholmes' surgeon. That's who he's operating on. Wait, so he fucking lost the scalpel inside Sholmes? Herlock Sholmes by any chance?
Yes, good lord. It was that Herlock fellow.
Ah, there's Sholmes' theme. You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes? Sholmes' theme is like one of my favorite pieces of music from this game.
That's right, using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly major up, I can tell you.
This is crazy.
Let me see, the fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened him up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his inside with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up.
We had the bullets in the calendar. I hate to say it the obvious, but...
Yes?
Surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting.
The counsel for the defense is correct. As is clearly shown in this photographic print, the bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired at Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region, then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door.
I think you'll find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally.
Huh, who do you think I am, son?
Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do.
As soon as I saw the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over.
Like a pancake? Are you saying that you checked his back?
Of course I did, and there wasn't a trace of injury. No sign that the bullet had left the body at all.
It's a different bullet? What?
That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. That's exactly why I said about slicing him up.
Wait. Oh dear. So, the bullet that we've been assuming went through Sholmes and hit the calendar never went through him in the first place?
And I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? Can someone please explain how it happened? Can someone please solve the mystery?
Can't talk, huh? It's almost as much of a mystery as how this jury was put together. Huh. Where's an expert when you need one? This guy says he's an expert. There's nothing I do not know about guns. Right, here we go. So we'll pit this guy against this guy. Wait do you hear the music stopping now?
Objection.
There we go. Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other.
Oh, a ballistic expert.
Pitting... On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. But since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Huh. Juror number 6. Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet you. Well, he just admitted who he is anyway. There's apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery? He did say he was a gun expert. I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. Reno's case backside, lemony something high. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly. The snow was piling high on both sides of the road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles, and they were on dog sleds. Mental note. Don't ask too many questions. I was shot from behind, and I fell down in snow. And this situation was very similar to what I hear today from doctor. They could not find bullet in my body. And no sign of, how do you say, exit wound. Then, where did the bullet go? Bullet never hit me.
Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down?
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side. What? One small piece. Oh, shrapnel. Oh. One small piece. Very smart, very sharp. Broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. It made deep wound that looked just like bullet wound.
Good gracious.
Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me. And that is solution to mystery of disappearing bullet. So, what happened to him is it not a piece of the bullet hit him, it was a piece of the ice. So something hit Sholmes that was able to break down. That was able to like break down inside his body.
But it doesn't answer the question at all.
Hmm?
The shooting happened in a pawnbroker's shop. Not some snowy mountain road in another country.
Just an idea. We might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here. Reno, where exactly was Hurley shot again? Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think. Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt. A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that. Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations. Ah, what, really? Doctor, where's the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing?
Well, the fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital as far as I remember.
If I may. Lord Van Zieks? While I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom. See, Van Zieks is a dick, but he wants the truth. Sorry? As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment.
Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred. Well, fucking give it this then. Very well, while extremely unconventional during a summation examination, I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. Thank fuck, can you evidence? I see. This is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it? Look at that. One of the files is broken and the leather around is scorched black. Yes, where the bullet hit. It's almost as if the file exploded. Exploded. So, that night, the bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
And it was the glass vial exploding that caused the fellow's injury.
This bullet did not penetrate victim, but was deflected into a wall of shop. Yep, there's the bullet. A delightfully complex aroma.
Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at least.
Can I fire that thing? He clearly needs a drink. He's been sipping it. He sips it occasionally. There is no bearing on the truth of this case. The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered. Ah.
But at least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man.
Ah. Thank you very much. Glad I could help.
Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the corporal sequestered a scruffy pouch as evidence.
Heard these pouches and scruffy. Sholmes' pouch. The pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing around his waist at the time of the shooting. One of the glass files is smashed and there are scorch marks around it. So, are we now going to find out that was actually from their gun, not the pawnbroker's gun? Is that what we can maybe find out with the scorch marks? Oh, there's the bullet! There's a third bullet! It's really scorched badly just here. Oh, the strap is broke, look! Must be where the bullet hit, then. Let me see. There's a third bullet. What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken file was. Do you see it? Ah, that's the Skulkin Brothers bullet. What a stroke of luck that it hit his pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is, there were 3 bullets fired at Windibanks that night. We found exactly what that juror was talking about. The third bullet. Time to press that juror again, I think. Fucking yes, signed the third bullet. A projectile we discovered lodged in Mr. Sholmes' pouch. It caused one of the files to explode, injuring Mr. Sholmes. Fucking tasty, huh? It would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion, Please, my lord. A little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. There's still a way to turn this around, somehow. I'm sure of it. Right, there was someone talking about the bullets, right? Right, press her. Because there's now 3 bullets, not 2. It's the number of bullets, as you convinced. Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlour maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings. Well, that's logical, I suppose. Although... Yes? Sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like the fine china. I used to yoink them. Does your employer dine with thieves? So I suppose, if there was another bullet somewhere, of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position. A 3rd bullet somewhere on the scene? Could that be possible? I can prove it. I fucking have it. Allow me to show you then. The 3rd bullet. Bang, here it is.
Take that!
Here it is. We discovered it just now. Yes, on the night in question in Windibank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer? Where did you find that bullet? It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch. What? This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to hospital, and since then, it has been touched by no one. Do you mean to say I shot fire by the Skulkin Brothers that night? Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch. But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. So that means the blood on the calendar may not be Sholmes' after all? Same with the disc? The green might not be his? We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print. Ah! 2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence. Yes, that Mr. Windibank, that belonging to the Skulkin Brothers. An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each. Ah! Means there's a 3rd gun somewhere. But that must mean... That's right. We now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. There's a 3rd gun hidden somewhere. Ah! Ah! We got Van Zeke's sign. Order, order, order! While the summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. By Jupiter. What? Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once.
Fucking yes, I'm prolonging it. Fucking... The boys are back, hey? And Gregson. Gregson's one of the boys, but he's not one of the dodgy boys, so.
Witnesses. Governor. Were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination?
Is this the fucking delayed? Ah!
We was, Governor, we was. Perhaps we could dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
Make of it, Gov? I don't make nothing of nothing if I can't help it.
Is it one of yours? God blimey, Gov, God blimey, not a chance. In that case, did you have an accomplice?
What? What? Never! The Skulkin brothers work alone.
It's just the two of us, that's our trademark.
Nope, they have a third brother. Don't they? How soon we forget per Sulky. Oh yeah, well, he was the third one, sorry, yeah. I thought they had a third one.
Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms you have in evidence. The third bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Lummy, that's an head scratcher.
Counsel for the defense.
Yes?
I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The third bullet, and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came.
Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard, and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what this third bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. They had another gun. On that night at Windibank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been in possession of another gun. We know that only 1 bullet was fired from each of the 2 firearms already in the court record. The logical conclusion, therefore, is that the brothers were working with an accomplice who was carrying a gun. So there was a third person, the other brother.
An accomplice, you say? Pigswill.
Oh, unless they ran out with the gun, okay.
These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time, there's been not a murmur of a third man, if it's apparently a wraith-like being exists. Nope. The court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed. Ah! The prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, he likes throwing the bottle away, he likes throwing he crushes the cup, or the glass, he fires the cup into the lights, he does a lot.
And secondly, the identity of this spurious character.
The Skulkins are lying, I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding?
Well, counsel.
Come on, Ryunosuke. I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice, and reveal the person's identity even. In response to the prosecution's demands, my lord, the defense is... Yeah, we're fucking get the boys and go. Who was the third man? Hey? Oh, it's whoever's blood it is, right? It's whoever owns the green blood. The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands.
So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting.
Come on, Ryunosuke. I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if it will make a difference. Looking at his eyes. Yeah.
In that case, counsel, I'll ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim,
pretty fruity.
what proved you that there was a third intruder present at the scene?
It would be the blood sample.
Take that!
The evidence is right here, in this portfolio.
By Jove, that portfolio again, is it? Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. You claim one of these blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder. Well, which one is it? It's the green one. Yeah, the unknown person.
Take that!
What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. That's a bloodstain, my lord. A bloodstain? Green blood. Curious even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some unhuman creature? It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. By the great detective? New invention. Stop. Not yet appeared in stories. Stop. It's this you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color. Different elements? Of people's blood? Yes. Everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is. Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood. Talk of blood in courtroom. Stop. Very exciting. Stop. As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windibank. Ah, a striking blue. Yes, so you see, the green color of this bloodstain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. That whole fire there, young man, could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it? No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windibank was killed. The Morse code lady. We've seen her before, but she wasn't doing the fucking Morse code thing then. She was like, she had a typewriter, I think. By golly. Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day.
Then whose blood is it?
Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The third intruder, in fact.
Objection!
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder? Oh shit, was it Eggert? Oh, maybe actually. It could be Eggert.
Take that!
The man's name is Eggert Benedict. Eggert Benedict? Who on earth are you talking about? Counsel. Oh yeah, you did. We met him at the start of the adventure. Lemon. He was a character. Wait a second. So, we met this guy called Eggert Benedict, and he had to bring up the speed lemon because it's going through my thought process right now. We met this guy called Eggert Benedict, and he was in the pawnbroker trying to get something. He had a cane with his initials on it, but his initials didn't match Eggert Benedict. They were something else. So I'm wondering now, if I was to look at his cane, would the surname initial be Skulkin? S? Maybe he's one of their brothers. That's what I'm wondering. He paid a visit to Mr. Windibank's pawnbroker in the afternoon before the incident took place, when the accused had attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession. That's right. And he cut his hand as well. The man identified by the defense, Mr. Eggert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force, and he cut his hand. He cut his hand, and it fucking bled on the disc. We've shown that the blood on the disc is green, and the blood on the calendar is green, so it's the same person. That's him. That's him there. Broker! Yes, sir. I can't remember what this guy sounds like. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, the article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. That's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box discs too. He was fun. Inspector Gregson was there at the time. I can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. Can you corroborate this account, Inspector? Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. In the interest of being thorough, I asked Windibank for a print showing the fellow. Yep, there he is. Taken from one of his red-handed recorder grubbinses. Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Windibank that morning. Yeah, he was like a JoJo character, basically. Yeah. And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice? Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Oh, they do the fucking same pose, you're right. Oh, I didn't even realize that. You're right. Never seen the geezer before in my life. On my life, never seen him. You're right. He just looks so vastly different that it looks different. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. Yeah, they're all fucking posers, eh? I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. Yes, and I can. Then show us the evidence. I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is. This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel? Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet. I'm assuming it's just the... Yeah, it's the disc, because he's got the blood on him. Yeah.
Take that!
It's the green on the disc and the green on the calendar. As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windibanks. I'm getting it before you are, don't worry. Generally, backseating is a... But it's coming up just after I say it, so you're good, don't worry. Which is when the aforementioned Egbert Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no? That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred. Now that the... Yeah. Oh, here's... But of course, sir, here is the disc for you. There's him when I wear the too small jacket tie that rips. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute, that disc is mine. And then they have a scuffle for it. Ah, what do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Oof. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions caused Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed, and the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now. Goodness, a blood stain, is it? My assistant and I have just analysed the blood stain here in this very courtroom, using my trusty fogger gun. Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio. So yeah, it's him. I say, it's green. It's exactly the same colour as the blood around the calendar. Dabbed on, huh? The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Egbert Benedict, who was in Windibanks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night. Bring him in, time. Look at these two brothers now. They're sweating buckets. Boy, who are you talking about? It's boiling in here. That's them. My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Egbert Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify. It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Uh-oh. Sherlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such. Uh-oh. Don't piss off Iris. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Yes, you are successfully proving that no other blood in the world would turn the same color. Well. And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it. Is he right? Mr. Sholmes a concoction a load of rubbish? I don't know. I mean, he is a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that. Come on, Renosuke, it's alright. I knew it would come to this. Of course, Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice did I have? I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination. Ah! In other words, we can go do it again. The examination isn't over yet, is it? Good grief. What did you just say, young girl? In a summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? Fucking good job, Iris. So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now. Yes, she's right. Young lady, you have quite a devious mind. It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you saw, what you say, Reno. Fuck, not saw. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something? Fucking Iris. Dropping the facts. How unbelievable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with. Iris Wilson, sharpshooter. After that shrewd proceeds of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion. This is absurd. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings in this matter. Fucking Iris is great, I really like her. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions. So then, take your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Fucking yes, I.
Not guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Aha, more on our side. Well, leaning our way, which is good. 2 call guilty and 4 call not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
Fuck, get fucked, Van Zieks. My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision. Top tits? On what grounds? If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. Too bad. I'm sorry, Lord Van Zieks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue. Ah! Oh! Get fucked. We go again. Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. Yeah, he's very, very dramatic. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible. What? The name the gentleman gave for himself, Egbert Benedict, is quite clearly false. Of course it's false, I don't believe it. Just when I managed to prove the man was there that night. Could I say something? Is it Gregson? Who was that, please? Who spoke? Oh, it's her. It was me, my lord. Juror number 5? What have you to say, madam? If possible. Inspector? Me, ma'am? I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again. The one in which the gentleman is shown. Ah, right, yes. This one, you mean? Of Mr. Benedict? Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. Does she recognize her? Juror number 5, you don't mean to say... You know this man? Yes, I know him. What? No. Good gracious. Yes. Order, order, order. Juror number 5, how on earth? I am a communications officer. Stop. As we can clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is... Stop. Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop. Other co-workers, okay. A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. He should be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop. This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. I suppose we all imagine the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out that he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night. Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong. If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to get a subpoena within the hour. Lord Van Zieks, if you please. Yes, my lord. Make the necessary arrangements with all haste, as your lordship bids. The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson. Yes, my lord. I should like to hear from you specifically about events at the pawnbroker on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Recess! Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m. Fuck. We're getting somewhere anyway, huh? To be continued, huh? I think to be continued for today, maybe? Let me just save. It's gonna throw us into something we'll just quit immediately. Posture check, huh? Sorry. Quite late indeed. Yeah, I wanted to find a good spot to end it on. We're only 10 minutes over my normal stream end time as well. That's what we'll call it for today, I think. Thanks for hanging out with me, Lemon. Keeping me company. Very much appreciated. Lovely seeing you here as well. For as long as you were. So this will be resumed on Monday next week. So we'll see how much we have left. So like I said, Kena Bridge of Spirits is out on Tuesday. We'll play it on release day if we can. If not, then we'll play it as soon as we can. If Ace Attorney needs to go on to Tuesday, then so be it. Not a big deal. So we got Dark Souls 2 tomorrow and Thursday. And then we're back onto Ghost of Tsushima on Friday and Saturday. So it should be good fun. So yeah, thanks. I'll probably stop over and see how Holly's doing and then get back to my course before I go to sleep. So have a lovely night, Lemon. Thank you very much for hanging out. Keep me company. I'll see you later. Goodbye, VOD watchers as well. Bye-bye.